first discuss what should the new administration do to address immigration when the current 2-year executive order expires. Gregory Ross will speak on behalf of the Democratic Party, and Palmer Kaplan will represent the Republican stance.
America has always been a nation of immigrants, and immigration is a concept as American as apple pie. And we can understand that throughout the ages and throughout America's history and throughout our future, it is absolutely imperative that we continue this notion that we are a nation where people can come to and make a living and really understand the American dream and have economic prosperity. Which is why when we look towards Obama's 2-year executive order and what should come in the future for the next administration, we can clearly see that the path forward is one in which we must think carefully for our own economic benefit and for the benefit of our citizenry. And the first step, which I'm sure my opponent and I can agree on, is that we must reform the legal immigration system and fix the bureaucratic mess what makes it such a long and arbitrary process to become a citizen legally. Because once we can fix that, then it will no longer deter people from trying to come to the United States illegally as a way to skip the system. But let's look towards this executive order of Barack Obama, and let's look towards what we have done in the past 4 years. And we can understand that through things such as the DREAM Act, or through things that allow young immigrants who have graduated from high school, when we look towards people who have served in our military, people who are American in every single way except for one, on paper, people who brought here, and to quote Janet Napolitano, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, who says people who brought here by no choice of their own. We can understand that these people should be allowed to stay, people who have jobs, people who are making an economic impact in the United States and help progressing our country forward, people who are patriotic and people who want to see our country succeed. So rather than wasting resources on deporting people who have shown that they can help our country proceed economically and have a better opportunity in the future, we should allow these people to continue to stay in the United States and have the peace of mind with this piece of stopgap legislation, and allow the United States to continue in the future to have these people stay in our country and make a positive impact. And when we look towards the past 4 years, we've seen that we've had great economic measures and great immigration measures that help our country move forward.
Immigration is one of the country's most pressing issues to be addressed, and current policies are failing, as we are seeing no significant improvement to the problem. So when we ask ourselves the question of, what should the new administration do to address immigration when the current 2-year executive order expires, we can answer the question with one reasonable solution: removing amnesty. First, I contend that removing amnesty policies promotes fairness. A poll conducted by Rasmussen Reports displays that only 23% of voters disagree with the belief that the policies of the federal government encourage illegal immigration. Current amnesty policies are clearly making illegal immigration more appealing than legal immigration, which creates a few problems. First, illegal immigration amnesty is unfair to those who immigrate here legally. Second, the policies reward disobeying United States law by forgiving those who broke it initially. Finally, the policies destroy democratic process, since it is not what the legal citizens want. Not only are these policies not in the best interest of the United States, but they are morally wrong. Second, I contend that the current amnesty policies punish taxpayers. The president's amnesty hurts American taxpayers since it encourages more illegal immigration, which already costs taxpayers billions of dollars each year, including healthcare and education costs. Increases in illegal immigration will further increase these costs on taxpayers. And since the policies are going to increase illegal immigration, then the United States will continue to use taxpayers' earnings to pay for the benefits of those who broke the law, rather than issues that concern those who follow the law. Lastly, I contend that regardless of age, race, or origin, illegal immigrants should be deported and be given no amnesty. The simple fact of the matter is that illegal immigrants broke United States law. It may be unfortunate for a small child who immigrated here illegally, but the United States is in no way obligated to take care of the needs of a criminal from another country. Amnesty prevents deportation. Therefore, in summary, amnesty shall be abolished and illegal immigrants should be deported.
Now, when we look toward President Barack Obama, and when we look towards the past 4 years in this executive order, we can understand that what it does is ensure that people who are here illegally, adults who came to this country against their will, as my opponent continues to mention, that these people are deported, people who have committed crimes. But rather, the people who are allowed to stay are people who have graduated high school, who are in college, who have served in our military, and who are promoting our own economic well-being. So when my opponent says that it may be unfortunate for these people, it harms our own country. The United States should not take policies that harm us economically by wasting resources on deporting people who are actually doing good things for our nation. But in addition to this, when we look towards the problem of legal immigration as a whole, the trend is less people are even illegally immigrating to the United States due to stricter border control. In fact, since 2007, net immigration from Mexico has been at 0, which means the same amount of people are coming into this country as are leaving from our southern border. So what we should do is have these people pay taxes, have these people come into our country in a legal means rather than not contributing in a beneficial manner. Thank you.
So first, I'd basically like to start off with my opponent. He made a clear argument that people must have the ability to have a clear path forward. No matter how much benefit they have to the United States of America, I'd like to make it clear that nothing can change what they did to come here. They broke the United States law, and anybody that actually cared about the United States of America policy, laws, or regulations in place would not break the law and would not immigrate here illegally. I do agree with my opponent that if we are going to give immigrants a clear path, it must be one of the ways that we must do this is by making legal immigration an easier process. So that is one of the ways that we can give these immigrants a clear path forward, and that is a better option than giving these illegal immigrants amnesty, which will hurt our taxpayers and hurt our economy. He brought up the DREAM Act, and he said that people, these illegal immigrants, are people who are Americans in every single way except on paper. But once again, Americans respect the law. They respect the fact that they will follow the American laws. And so if you are a true American, you will understand the regulations in place and you will follow them.
Yes, respectful applause is accepted.